We are working out for the next 365 days in a row. So many of us struggle to make positive changes in our lives, and I tend to give up too. We can't stick to our goals. You see, we've done this challenge at least 10 times, reaching 200 plus days at least twice. I was hoping to get myself into breakdancing shape because I always wanted to breakdance. And failure was crushing. And sometimes when you fail a lot, you give up. And in my case, you give up on your dreams for good. I made excuses instead. But now, even if I give up, or I sleep in, or I stop, we're just going to start over again. We will become stronger. So what follows are my workouts and thoughts each day. Every day, we can decide to make good choices. So don't give up on yourself.
All right, when it comes to working back from home, there's quite a few options. A commenter the other day asked some questions about wanting to improve their chest, wanting to get a bigger chest. Now, I'm not like the craziest chest of all time, but I certainly do know exercises that are effective. So I'm going to show you some things, either using resistance bands if you have them, or you can use these little towels here. So let's get into it. So first off, we're going to use the little towels. Now this movement is, I don't know if it's as beginner friendly, and forgive me, ooh, look at those biceps, guys. Look at what we're cooking. So anyway, I had to flex on y'all. Come down here, take a look. I have these two little towels, and if you're a smart cook, you might know what I'm doing. I'm going to use them as like little sliders. Okay, if you can't afford to buy sliders, just use rags or towels. And bonus, you're cleaning the floor. Anyways, I'm going to shut up. So I'm going to get on my knees as if I'm doing a knee push-up. Okay, and I'm going to use these as sliders. I can open and press them together. Okay, now the slidier the better. Now if you see these floors, they have these like little cracks in them. Optimally, if you have hardwood flooring, it's a lot easier, but essentially I press into the floor and I come up and I contract the chest. Okay, so it's a bit awkward, I'm not going to lie to you. But this is an option. Again, smooth flooring, hardwood flooring, that you're not going to really be able to do this on carpet. Okay, so that one might be a lot less practical, but the other one that you can do, and I'm going to turn on the light here, we're going on a whole adventure together, is we can use an apparatus, something you have in your house. You could tie a band to it and do kind of like a fly. It's just if you have resistance bands, guys. If you have dumbbells, I would recommend, if you have a bench, chair, or some kind of apparatus that you can lay down on, just lay down on it and just do dumbbell flies. Honestly, you could even take like this band and wrap it, like say I was underneath this couch as like a bench or something, I lay it underneath, and then use that as a way to do flies, okay? But if you really can't, okay, of course you could do this, but again, the tension in the band is probably not going to be anywhere near enough, which is why we tie it on something over here. Take this band, okay, I'm going to tie it on, it's too dark. It's too dark. Oh my goodness, I don't even know how lights work. Okay, cons of being black, sometimes you're invisible. Maybe cons if you want to be, anyways, I was going to make a bad joke. I'm going to ignore the bad joke and move on to the thing. Come on. There we go. So I wrap this around here. Very simply, take a step forward, and I press, and I give a nice big hug. Close the door. Try not to do that thing where you're falling backwards on your reps. You're not going to get effective reps here. Chest up, core tight, breathe in, tuck the rib cage in, and press and squeeze those armpits and close. I'm kind of drawing that circle with my arms. Alright, so here's something that you should know. If you're new to using resistance bands, and you're used to using regular resistance on machines, it's not going to feel the same, not at all, okay? The first thing to note is that you can load way easier and heavier on a machine. And when you're using resistance bands, the rep count tends to be a lot higher. And of course, the worry for a lot of people is they don't want to do aerobic slop, as my professor used to term it, which is basically just doing a bunch of reps for no reason, not really focused on muscular development. But I do think there is a place for high rep work with certain controlled movements, and I think this is one of them. So and you might be thinking, well, how many reps do I do? I mean, I'll be honest with you, my goal for reps is not the same as it used to be. There's a bunch of science and evidence-based numbers on how many reps you should do. Really what you're looking for is, okay, when am I tired? When is my muscle fatigued? And well, if it becomes suboptimal to the point that you're doing too many reps, yes, of course, you want to increase the load and increase the resistance, right? But as far as this band goes here, you can double up the band, you can get a heavier band, right? And that's some of the way that you can progress this movement, all kinds of stuff you can do. But again, this is a very, very beginner style exercise. So if you can load things with weight, especially with flies, I think that's optimal. That other movement, it's very, you need the right flooring to be able to do it, but the squeeze is actually pretty good. It is. It's not bad at all. It doesn't feel like the best movement. Some people might say, oh, you don't get the maximal stretch at the end of the movement because you don't have weight pulling open your chest, which is fair enough. But like if this is all you have to work your chest, then you might as well do it, right? So yeah, just wanted to bring that up because of the comments on my last video. Thank you so much.
So I managed to do quite a bit of exercise and banged out a lot of things on my list I really wanted to hit. So I feel pretty satisfied. You can see me here doing the chest flies a little bit later, except I've doubled up the bands. So I actually have 2 bands here, which has made it considerably more difficult. Finding the perfect squeeze with this movement is very much a challenge, guys. So really, I wanted to talk about alternative movements that you could do for chest because of that comment. And I know some people prefer to work out at home or can only work out at home. Of course, the push-up and counter dips are absolutely dope. And I swear by them being the best things you can do for your chest. But I wanted to be a little bit more creative today and talk about some other potential movement options. I'm sure there's tons that I don't know about that other people would know about as well. But this is just what I have done over the years, especially when I was struggling to motivate myself to get back in the gym and I just wanted to be at home. So I wanted to talk a little bit about how I've been skipping my mobility work, guys. I'll be honest, I have been not willing to do it that much, and I really prefer just doing a resistance-based exercise that doubles as mobility. So you see me here doing the very deep side lunge, really focused on stretching that inner thigh. And I really do like this because I am able to build some strength in this position. I think I could go a little bit lower, but just honestly, holding the dumbbells like this can feel kind of awkward the way that it bumps into my knee on occasion. So this is a movement that I'm still very much learning. This is maybe my second time doing it in my program. The front lunge version of this movement is pretty solid too. I need to make sure that I'm able to get that knee over toe because again, that's really what I'm aiming for here, right? I want to get the most knee over toe mobility as I can. I want to load that. And then I also want to drop that hip back as far as possible, stretch them out, and then stand from that position. Here you can see me adjusting as I'm doing the reps, getting deeper and deeper. And honestly, guys, my mobility in my ankle is improving. It's just taken a lot of time and persistence, and I know that if I start skipping mobility work like I have today, technically it's not going to go well. So if I find some extra few minutes today, today's pretty hectic, I'm going to do some wrist work as well, and I think that's going to be really great for keeping on track. Anyways, hopefully some of this was helpful for you guys. Keep working out, and I'll see you in the next video.